Hey guys, it's Jason the X for SCNS Live, powered by Cinelinx, and today I've got a great review for you. I found this guy in my Toys R Us today, and I was so lucky to find him. This is the Transformers Masterpiece 30th Anniversary Soundwave, the Toys R Us edition, and wow. Just to actually find this guy in stores and not have to pay any scalper fees, I was doing the happy dance in Toys R Us. Maybe I'll post a video of that later. Anyway, but this is the Decepticon Communications Guy MPO2 Soundwave. And yes, unlike the Takara version, he comes with all 5 cassettes and less than half the price. So anyway, this box is huge. This is actually a sleeve that's on the box. But if you turn to the side here, and this thing is pretty big. I'm just going to go ahead and give you a little peek at his bio here, and a peek at his tech specs. Come around to the back here. Includes 5 converting microcassettes. Yes, he does. And this guy is so cool. I've had him on my desk all day. And the box is pretty nice too. I mean, you've got this sleeve on here that just kind of comes off. And underneath, you just have a nice purple huge box thing. To give you a comparison shot, here's a smoke screen next to the box from Transformers Prime. So yeah, it's pretty large, but this is a box. Inside is a nice little plastic tray holding all the cassettes and everything, but this is Masterpiece Soundwave in his tape deck mode, and man, I love this guy. This is a perfect match with the Masterpiece Lambor or Sideswipe and Prime. He scales really well, and I love the old school tape design. First of all, let's get a comparison. Here he is with the original sound. Well, not the original sound. This is my San Diego Comic-Con Sound Blaster with the double cassette. So you see, he's not much bigger, kind of. Well, he's pretty bigger. But man, is he accurate to the screen model. Just awesome. And, not to mention, he does come with all 5 of his cassettes and a plethora of other accessories, which, well, we'll get into those as we go along in the interview. Even a little empty Energon cube. When we get to that. Hang on, I actually left somebody I already have transformed over here. Alright. Let's get back to this. Alright, so anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the separate cassettes. So I've already got one transformed. Had another comparison shot for you before I get into the cassettes. They are actually the same size as the old school micro cassettes. We get Ravage out here, and yes, they all come in these little plastic cases. But if you look, this is old school Ravage from the 80s, and this is new one, and they are perfectly matched up, same size and everything, and they'll each fit inside their respective sound waves. So just wanted to do that. And for another comparison shot, here is my original Laserbeak. And here is the updated Laserbeak. Now, look at this. There's no parts to peg on. Everything is enclosed. We'll transform in Buzzsaw, so you'll get Buzzsaw a little bit later, so you'll be able to see how exactly they look. So, this is Laserbeak, and look at the paint apps on this guy. The Decepticon symbols there. These are actually transformed from the cassette mode, and he has a surprising amount of posability as well. He can move his feet in and out. That's kind of due to the transformation. He can fold his wings down. That's due to the transformation as well. Another thing he has is he has a little spy camera right here that doesn't like to pop up. May have actually had a fingernail to do this. Come on. There we go. Ha! Got it. I did not think I was going to be able to get that thing. But he has a little spy cam right on top. and very cool. Laserbeak was one of my favorite cassette of Soundwaves. Actually, oh God, I loved them all. So that's a look at just the cassette. So we'll get him off to the side real quick, and we'll knock the camera down. Let's widen that stance a little bit. There we go. Alright, so like I said, they all come in their little plastic cases here. We'll take a look at Ravage here. And the first thing you want to do with Ravage is take this little peg here and pull it out. And then you want to take this part and just go ahead and slam them together. And you have Ravage with his head there. Not too shabby. These legs actually peg into the top of the back legs. Just take those off. Turn them around like so, or like so, and they're on ball joints too, so you actually got a lot of posability with this guy too. You bring the legs forward. You want to take the back section here, and here's his tail, which folds up and out, and you bring it together. And then you bring these down, and you see there's his rocket thrusters there, and the legs have 2 points of articulation there and one at the foot too. Repeat the other side. There you go. And what you want to do is take this part and bring it up, and you can bring his head down so he has kind of that arched back look, which gives him just a lot more just presentation. And man, look at Ravage. Okay, do I have this right? Or do I want to do it like that? How do cat's legs go? I think it's like that. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, there's Ravage. Nice little amount of detail. Very, very accurate. More, I mean, the Ravage we got with Hound was pretty good, but this guy knocks it out of the park. There's a close-up of his head there. See the eyes, the detail. The mouth doesn't move, but so much articulation in this guy. Awesome. We'll put him aside, and we'll go ahead and get to Buzzsaw. This is going to be a longer review, I'm pretty sure. What you want to do is push that out. Bring the head up and out. There you go. And he also has that same spy cam, which is a lot easier to get up than Laserbeak's. Take these parts and fold them over, and those become the thrusters, and you just want to pull that fin up. There you go. Like, take the feet, bring them down and around. The wings are underneath folded up on a double hinge. Bring those forward and then bring them back. And there you have Buzzsaw. Just like Laserbeak, only a little bit different colors. I love the Decepticon emblems on here. Nice. So now we'll get to the Rockin' Brothers. Well, hang on. We'll get to Frenzy first. Or Rumble, whichever one. I understand. You want to take those, pull them up. Those are the arms. And you just bring these legs down and just kind of pull them and just kind of straighten them out. And his feet just come down. And you can bring them down and around to the front. And a lot of posability on this guy too. You got a hip joint here, you got a joint there, there's another joint inside, so you can get a lot of different poses. You just want to bring those knees all the way forward. Say lock in, bring this up, bring his arms down, and the fists just fold out. Nice little, come out of there, come on. And on the back here, you just want to take this, flip it up, and twist his head around, and there you have Frenzy. So much better than those cassettes we got with the Fall of Cybertron Soundwave. Now these are his PAL drivers, and there's a lot of different features on here that I've seen other reviewers do for Soundwave. I'm not going to get all of them because this is going to be a really long review as it is. But anyway, you want to take this off. Here's the side, and then you have a separate pile drivers. Now, because I got Rumble coming up here, I'm not gonna show off his pile drivers. I'll save them for Rumble. Because if you want to tumble, mess with Rumble. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Anyway, these actually have a double peg here that flips back and forth, and one of them you can put in his hand. And you leave the other peg down, and just corresponds to those tape holes in his back. I'm questioning anyone that picks this guy up and sees the tapes and wonders what the hell are those. Really, just... So we'll set Frenzy, or Rumble, whatever, to the side, and we'll go ahead and get Rumble. This is Rumble. I can't help it. It's Rumble. I like to call him Rumble. And we'll get this guy transformed pretty quickly here. I got the legs backwards. Rotate those around. A lot of posability on these guys. I love that. Go ahead and take his hands, bring them down, and of course bring the head up. And there you have Rumble, and he has his pile drivers as well. Same ones here, just do the same thing. And all we're going to do with him is take his guns out. We're going to set these to the side because they're going to come into play in just a second. Peg those into his back. And look at that. Look at that head mold. They're exactly the same. So, show off Rumble. Such a nice head mold. Little Decepticon emblem there. Feet are on ball joints. Just a great figure. Now, to get the pile drivers up, you just want to take his arms and bring them out like this. Fold the fist back in. And these actually correspond, well, here's the pile driver itself, and it's just on a little post that you can bring down. It's not spring-loaded or anything. And we'll see if I can get this right the first time. Because what you do is you put them in and they kind of click. Nope, wrong side. So there you go. It went in. What? Hey. Get on there. Strange. Ah, there we go. So that's in there. So I had it right the first time. Yay. Yeah, there we go. There's that click. So then you got Rumble with his pile drivers, and due to the articulation on this guy, you can tilt his head back and bring his legs forward a little bit. And you can even angle his feet, bring his arms forward a little bit. And there you have him in the pile driver pose. So not bad. Not bad at all. Really love the addition of the pile drivers on these guys. It's something that we've all been waiting for a long time with the Soundwave figure, because we never got that with the originals, of course, because they were so, you know, not now. Transformers technology has come a long way. The other accessory he comes with is this Megatron gun here. This is the exact same one. I tried to find one with my original Prime. Couldn't, but I think it's the exact same one because the barrel comes off. It's a black barrel underneath the extended stock. The extended barrel. You got the removable scope. This part actually comes off. It's just like the original one that came with Prime. So, but it's a nice addition. Soundwave did wield Megatron from time to time. So, but that's been one thing. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of this. Soundwave, who actually for a Masterpiece figure has a really great and simple transformation. One thing I like to add, these buttons are, you can press them. And since I have a pair of cans over here, or headphones, I'll show you something. Now, that port right there is actually metal. And you can take a headphone jack and put it in, and it'll click in. So, awesome touch they didn't have to do like that. You got all kinds of little dials over here and equalizers or whatever that is. And this switch that clicks up and down. You got the dial over here, which only I can get to spin so far. Of course, you see some detail there. He also has this little blaster thing on the side, which can also plug into here. I remember seeing somebody do something with this. I just can't remember what exactly it was they did. I think they put this or something on there, or pegged them in, or I think they actually pegged in underneath or something. Those tabs do kind of correspond to over there. Well, I saw somebody do it, and I just... doesn't really seem like something that's necessary. So he has this little hand blaster here, which I'll show off later. But anyway, yes, very cool, dude. I should have left some of the cassettes in cassette mode, because what happens is you can store 3 cassettes in this guy. All you do is push down on this little lever back here, which I'll show off the back a little bit. You can see the arms and his gun and his shoulder cannon over there, and his arms. So yeah. But what happens is you can put 3 cassettes in here, and you can just put them. Well, you know, I'll just use an original cassette, and you put it in the back, and you close it up. And if you load 3 in there, what happens is you eject one, and then you press the little tab in the back down, and it jumps it ahead, and then you can eject that one, and then you press it again, ejects that one, and then you can take your tape out. So yeah, 3 cassettes in the chest, which, nice addition. Also, these buttons, the ones in the middle, you cannot press them down, but this one, the forward and rewind, you can. They are on little springs. Got a little nice translucent light there. So yeah, good representation. I feel like I'm holding the version from the cartoon and not my old school one. So anyway, let's get this guy transformed. So the first thing we want to do is slide this part down and bring it up. And you want to take these and bring them together and leave it like that, because that's going to fold down later. Next, what you want to do is take these little tabs here, and there's a little tab and a slot there, and bring them down, and just go ahead and straighten those out. Repeat for the other side. Close the tape deck. Once again, straighten these out. And then from here, you can unpeg the legs. And they have a little slot and a tab here. Bring them down and extend them out. Same thing with that side. Take this bottom part here, this crotch piece, and just bring it down, and it just kind of folds up. Well, you can bring it forward and then tab this up, and then it pegs in right there. That's probably the better way to do that. Anyway, straighten the legs out. You want to keep these forward. You can change them around. They're very versatile, but spin it at the top of the knee. Next, we want to take these feet, and they are actually pegged into the side as well. Actually, they're pegged into that piece that we rotated down. Bring it down like so, rotate it, and then flatten it out. So once again, bring this down. I don't know why that goes down like that, but it does. Might be more for just articulation purposes, because he can kind of swing his feet like that. Oh yeah, he can do an ankle tilt in and out. I was wondering about that actually. So anyway, bring these down. There's another tab and a slot that fit right in there. Keep that flush. Bring this down. So you have his legs pretty much. And it, like I said, pretty simple transformation. Such nice ratchet joints though. Now see, here's where things get kind of iffy on this guy. Because see, when I bring the legs forward, they just kind of sit at an awkward angle. I don't know what to do about that. Anyway, you want to bring the shoulders, after I bring the camera up, bring the shoulders forward and pull these 2 tabs down. The whole top half above the waist, you just want to push it forward until it clicks. Take his hands, open up these panels here on the forearms, and then just bring the fists out if they want to come out. Seal it back up. Same thing with the other side. Flatten it out. Go to the back here, and there's his shoulder cannon. You just want to rotate that around so it lays on top there. And this part you want to take off, and I'm really going to show off those legs in a second. This is his blaster cannon. What you want to do is extend it, and down here is the handle, and pulling that down will actually push out that little silver part right there a little bit. I'll do that again. Pull the handle down, it comes out, and there's just a little notch there where you can get your fingernail around. Pull it out, and there's his blaster. Next you want to pull this part down. Dramatic head reveal. Bring his head up, close up that panel, and there you have Masterpiece Soundwave in his robot mode. And wow, just look at this guy. So cool. So very cool looking. I had this guy on my desk at work today, and people were just coming by going, wow, so great. He's actually got a little bit of die cast down here, or is that die cast? Yeah, that is die cast. These plates are die cast. Now what I was saying about the legs is they kind of sit kind of awkward, but see, he constantly looks like he's kind of leaning back. And I try to bring the legs forward, but they've got these, they got this ball joint here, and you've got this one here. Nice ratchety joints. So I guess if you kind of bring him with his knees, but he still kind of tilts forward a little bit, and I'm not sure about that. I mean, am I supposed to bring him all the way down like that and then bring it forward? There's just, it's kind of confusing here. So what I like to do is bring this around and position the legs like that, because then you can use these hip joints up here, and they kind of angle him a little bit better. Geez, what is with that thing? I think it's more this leg. So yeah, now he sits a little bit better, a little bit straighter. He still kind of looks like he's just really kind of tilting back. I don't know what that is. I'm going to try to bring his legs back a little bit, but I don't think it's going to help. And that bothers me a little bit. It just seems like he's going to tilt forward or tilt back. So, see? Maybe it's my imagination. Maybe it's just, And these shoulders, this shoulder kind of doesn't tab in as well as this one does. Oh, yeah, it does if you just click it all the way in. See, there's that back heavy thing. So anyway, let's get a look at some of the detail on this guy before he drives me crazy with the way he stands. Anyway, yeah, look at that head on him. No light piping, but it is a translucent piece of plastic there. And his head is on that same joint that Masterpiece Prime was. You can tilt it up and down and move it side to side. His cannon can move, of course, due to the transformation. He has a joint here, and it can go out all the way up. Of course, twist the bicep, double hinged elbows. 3 of his fingers are articulated with the pointer can actually extend. So you can actually extend his finger and press his cassette deck open. One thing I have noticed is my finger on this one, on this side, is very loose. And it keeps popping off, and it scares the crap out of me because I feel like I'm going to lose it. I mean, it just comes off like nothing. I'll probably fix that later. But because of his articulation, he can reach up and press his own tape deck release button. So anyway, he does have waist articulation. Put this camera back a little bit. And you got that ball joint here that can turn around and extend out. You got a double knee joint due to the transformation. And his ankle tilts, his ankles can go different directions. Just not all of them great. You can extend them out a little bit. The only thing is they just seem to be perpetually stuck forward. I mean, stuck back. This is as far forward as I can bring them, so I can't really lay them flat. Sorry if I didn't get that on camera. Yeah, you just can't bring these forward anymore. So maybe I'm doing it wrong, and somebody can correct me in the comments. Go right ahead. See, it almost looks like I can bring this a little bit more forward. I can. I was just being gentle with him because he's new. They do tilt forward a little bit more. See, that'll help. It's $100. It's a $120 toy. I want to be gentle with it. Anyway, as far as this blaster, he does have this little notch and a slot in his hand that you can tab that into. That you can tab this into. Get your... Come on, dude. There we go. Had it a little too high. Tabs into his hand. You close the fingers around it. And there you have his blaster. So for comparison, let me just go ahead and do this real quick. I'm transforming my original Soundwave off camera, folks. Speed off camera transformation. Go, go, go. Voila. So yeah, big size difference there. And I'm glad that he's got the yellow eyes like my original did. I like that. So yeah, big size difference. This little added feature. On his forearms, he has this little clear piece of plastic. I don't know if you can see that. It's right there. What that does, that corresponds to some little slots on Laserbeak's feet. And you can just tab him in there. And the slots on his legs are kind of longer than the actual slot that he sits on. So now he can totally sit on Soundwave's forearm and report in. Oh, let me get that camera back up there. So yeah, love that. Love that he can do that. Nice little addition. I mean, I used to balance my Laserbeak on Soundwave's arm all the time. So you can actually look at him and talk to him. Laserbeak, report. For another comparison shot. Oh crap, did I really leave friggin' Sideswipe all the way over here again? Alright, here he is with another Masterpiece figure. Sideswipe. Love the way they scale together. Perfect scaling. I really like that they kind of went back and gave Masterpiece Transformers their due. So we'll get Sideswipe out of here. And this wouldn't be a comparison without Big Bot himself. Let's put his arm down. Looks like he's about to get buddy-buddy with Prime. So yeah, Prime is just a wee bit bigger than Soundwave. But not much. Like I said, very good scaling. Love this thing. Now guys, this thing is hard to find. I mean, really hard to find. I went to my Toys R Us as soon as they opened, and I've missed him a couple of times. But he's definitely worth picking up if you can find him. Supposedly they're going to be hitting shelves in more quantities here soon. But if you can't wait, I mean, you can find them on eBay. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot about this little piece here. This little piece actually plugs. See, the finger just popped off. I'm really worried about losing that thing. I'm going to try to pinch that plastic together, maybe heat it up and see if I can close it a little bit more. So I have to actually close it by here and then rotate that in. So maybe close that up. And he has this little cannon thing here. So yeah, you got that. Whoop-de-doo. I've watched a lot of Transformers series, and I can't exactly remember what that was from. You've got this guy here. We'll just go ahead and put him in his hand. You even push the kind of almost get it into the trigger guard. So he's wielding Megatron. So that's certainly very cool. I feel like oh, there he is. Let's get Ravage in there, and let's go ahead and get Frenzy back in there so we can get a shot of Soundwave with his whole team here. So there you go, guys. Yeah, there's the gangs all here. Soundwave with all of his cassettes. Ah, geez, I'm still forgetting stuff. He does come with this little grid pattern that you can actually take and put it over his chest piece here. So now you got that on there. And that's because he comes with this empty Energon cube, which you can put stuff in. But you can also take this part off and peg it to his chest. So now you have him making Energon cubes. Making the Energon cubes. And it just sticks there when it's done. I love the pop that it makes when it comes off. So yeah, there we have it, guys. This is the 30th anniversary Masterpiece Soundwave, exclusive only to Toys R Us. Persevere, guys. You're going to get him. I hope everybody has this figure because he is very cool and very awesome. And until next time, guys, I'm Jason the X for SCNS Live, powered by Cinelinx. And I'll catch you later.